Hello, this is Dr. Sanjay Kumar Rai, Registered Medicine, Khulna Medical College Hospital. This video is for undergraduate students who are watching this video are most welcome. Today I am going to talk on the causes of acidosis, as you know, with high lactate and normal lactate content. Acidosis means here metabolic acidosis, and metabolic acidosis occurs in various situations, and mostly we know the metabolic acidosis with high lactate content. If there is any associated shock means tissue hypoperfusion in brief short. Shock means tissue hypoperfusion. Tissue hypoperfusion means decreased oxygen delivery to the tissue, and when the oxygen delivery to the tissue is decreased, then as you know, in glycolysis process, the glucose breakdown occurs into the pyruvate, and normally this pyruvate enter into the Krebs cycle from where we get ATP for energy production. This is the normal pathway, and to run this Krebs cycle, oxygen is needed. Okay, but if there is oxygen depletion or reduction in the tissue level, then this Krebs cycle will be very difficult to run, and at that point the pyruvate will be converted into lactate, and this lactate itself acidic. So lactemia, or accumulation of lactate in the blood, and the sign symptom with high level of lactate is called lactosis or lactate acidosis, lactic acidosis. So in brief, we can say that lactic acidosis occurs in shock. Any type of shock may produce lactic acidosis, but most importantly, shock means circulatory shock. So mind it, the acidosis or metabolic acidosis with high lactate content, the number one cause is shock. Okay, now there are some other toxic. Here toxic means maybe drug or other chemicals. The most important drug which we prescribe or we take, that is metformin. Metformin is a oral anti-diabetic agent by guanide, and from our pharmacological knowledge, we know the metformin causes lactic acidosis. And how metformin causes lactic acidosis, in another video I will talk on that point. So mind it, the metformin, the most important drug who is responsible for lactic acidosis. Another point, carbon monoxide poisoning. As you know, the carbon monoxide bind with hemoglobin and form carboxyhemoglobin, and this carboxyhemoglobin is so stable that it is very difficult for the hemoglobin to take oxygen in sufficient amount. I repeat again, the carboxyhemoglobin compound is so stable that hemoglobin cannot take sufficient amount of oxygen to carry from the lung to the tissue. So in carbon monoxide poisoning, oxygen delivery in the tissue will be decreased, so tissue hypoxia, and from that point lactic acidosis will be ensured. So carbon monoxide poisoning, and of course cyanide. As we know, cyanide poison also causes the lactic acidosis. So these three drug or toxic or main compound which we should remember always. Another important compound is iron. Sometimes iron poisoning may occur incidentally or iron poisoning may cause lactic acidosis with metabolic acidosis. So these are the point. And sometimes very uncommonly sodium valproate, very uncommon. Sodium valproate may cause high lactate with metabolic acidosis. So these are the causes of high lactate metabolic acidosis. Now, what are the causes of metabolic acidosis with normal lactate content? Think yourself. The renal failure, we may take this as the number one cause. Renal failure, acute renal failure or chronic renal failure due to any cause. In renal failure, the metabolic product, that is waste product, which are normally excreted from the body through the urine or renal system, are accumulated in the body. So all the metabolic product like urea or nitrogen content, they are acidic in nature. So they are themselves are not lactate, but they are acidic product. So renal failure itself causes metabolic acidosis with normal lactate content. Mind it, number one. Number two, ketoacidosis. In ketoacidosis, why does the ketoacidosis occur? When does ketoacidosis occur? Usually ketoacidosis occurs in diabetic patient, diabetics mellitus, and prolonged starvation. Diabetics mellitus with ketoacidosis and prolonged starvation. Okay, prolonged starvation. So these are the two main cause of ketoacidosis. So ketoacidosis, ketone body formation, that causes metabolic acidosis. And like here, some toxic product or some drug or chemical may cause the normal lactate metabolic acidosis. What are they? Most importantly minded, salicylate. Salicylate are the NSAIDs or aspirin group of drug. So these are the product that may cause metabolic acidosis. They are not lactate, but they produce acidemia due to its chemical nature, because they are acidic in nature. So salicylate. And most importantly next, methanol. Sometimes methanol poisoning may occur. Who are alcoholic, they may take the methanol intentionally or wrongly, and the methanol are the compound of methylated spirit or other glass cleaner. So methanol poisoning may also occur. Actually the methanol itself is not toxic, minded. Methanol itself is not toxic, but the metabolite of the methanol is formic acid. Very interestingly, formic acid. This formic acid is highly toxic and acidic. So due to this formic acid, acidosis occur, but there is no lactemia or lactic acidosis. There is the acidosis due to this acid chemical. And another important point I would like to talk here, this formic acid causes optic neuritis, and this optic neuritis may causes permanent blindness. And when any patient came to you with methanol poisoning, before going to confirm, if you suspect that it could be a case of methanol poisoning, so you have to give steroid. Like prednisolone to hold the process of optic neuritis that might cause permanent blindness. So formic acid. Now next point is ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol is another form of alcohol, and sometimes very uncommonly ethylene glycol poisoning may occur. And here ethylene glycol itself not so toxic like methanol, but the final or intermediate product are at first aldehyde that converted into oxalic acid, oxalate or oxalic acid. Another important point I would like to hear for undergraduate student, the oxalic acid combine with calcium and form calcium oxalate crystal or deposition. These calcium oxalate crystal or deposition precipitate in the renal tubules and form renal tubular acidosis. So there acute renal failure may occur, and sometimes if acute renal failure may not occur, renal colic pain may occur due to calcium oxalate crystal deposition in the renal tubular system. So of course there is hypocalcemia may occur in ethylene glycol poisoning, and this hypocalcemia may cause ECG change. What are the ECG change in hypocalcemia? Another video I talk on that. The video link will be given in the description box. So hypocalcemia may cause ECG change and may cause cardiac arrhythmia. This cardiac arrhythmia may lead to death. But very interestingly, this hypocalcemia, until or otherwise if there is no arrhythmia, the hypocalcemia should not be corrected, as because if you correct hypocalcemia with calcium gluconate or any other form of calcium, that given calcium will combine with oxalate and form more and more amount of calcium oxalate that will precipitate in the renal tubules and aggravate the renal tubular acidosis. So mind it, calcium hypocalcemia. Of course with hypocalcemia there is hypomagnesemia also occur. So come here, the toxic product salicylate, methanol, ethylene glycol. These are the main point. Another one is paraldehyde. Sometimes paraldehyde also like this aldehyde, and it also cause acidosis. So in brief, I talk on the causes of metabolic acidosis with high lactate and normal lactate content. Hope you enjoy this video. Thank you very much.